pesticide.
It's no secret that employers are having a difficult time hiring qualified personnel, whether full or part-time. The Miller Media Group wants to help you, the employer, to find the candidates you're looking for. That's why we've created IllinoisJobPost.com. That's IllinoisJobPost.com. This website is part of a broad radio and internet employment campaign available through the Miller Media Group. Contact your account manager or email sales@randyradio.com for more information. IllinoisJobPost.com is where we put the power of radio and the internet to attract prospective candidates.
ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of severe weather coverage on all of WHOW's platforms on AM, FM, and its audio stream, as well as on WEZC, your easy choice for soft hits 95.9 FM. From wind, rain, or even snow, you'll be in the know with severe weather information 24/7. When severe weather breaks out, we break in anytime with what you need to know to keep your family safe. Brought to you exclusively by ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties, your fire and water restoration specialists.
Hi, Ryan.
We're here for the wedding.
The wedding was a month ago. You were supposed to be my best man.
Told you he'd be upset.
Sorry. See, we were headed to the church when we heard a radio spot for a furniture store.
We really needed new end tables.
And while we were paying for those end tables...
Tell him what happened.
Here's what happened. Jen heard a radio commercial for a 3-day spa package at a big fancy hotel.
Oh, Ryan, it was so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. Anyway, we're lounging by the pool.
Tell him what happened.
Here's what happened. I'm listening to a podcast on my phone.
When he hears an ad about a direct flight
to a resort in the Galapagos Islands.
What?
Again, Ryan? So beautiful.
So beautiful. Anyway, we're just getting ready to fly home, and what do we hear?
Let me guess. A radio commercial.
For a car dealership.
Tell him what we did.
Here's what we did. We bought a car and decided to drive home.
You can't drive home from the Galapagos Islands.
Oh, did we feel foolish when we found that out?
I really thought it would float.
Radio goes where we go. A message from the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station. They brought you this message.
WHOW is Central Illinois' ag station, and that includes providing farmers information on how the commodity markets close each day and week. I'm Todd Gleason from Illinois Public Media, University of Illinois Extension, inviting you to hear the daily closing market report weekday afternoons at 5:06, and on Saturdays, tune in for Commodity Week with a review of the week's markets at 8:30 in the morning, all on WHOW AM, FM, and streamed online.
News time, 10 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Tuesday morning. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded 7 o'clock newscast brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, and brought to you by Connexus Fiber Internet in Clinton. Click their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com to find out more. Here's what we have coming up for you in news on this Tuesday. A truck chase through Clinton or through DeWitt County ended on the east side of Clinton on Monday afternoon. Details on that come up next in news. The creation of battery storage ordinances in DeWitt County has been ongoing for the past few months, and local leaders are disappointed by the local rulings. Coming up in news this morning, the Harlem Wizards return to Clinton this Thursday night, and a entrepreneurship program comes up on a pivotal time in its curriculum. That's story later this morning in news. But first, we stream to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin insurance agent in Clinton. Monday afternoon, Clinton police were requested to assist the Illinois State Police in attempting to stop a semi-tractor trailer driving southbound on U.S. Highway 51 approaching Clinton. Clinton Police and DeWitt County Sheriff's Office personnel responded to the area and joined Illinois State Police Troop 5 troopers in attempting to stop the semi-tractor trailer. The driver entered Clinton via Route 10 from U.S. Highway 51 and disobeyed multiple traffic control devices while traveling at a high rate of speed eastbound through Clinton. The driver brought the semi-tractor trailer to a stop in a residential yard near the intersection of Illinois Route 54 and Portland Place, where the driver, identified as 53-year-old Joseph C. Adams, was taken into custody by Illinois State Police. Adams was transported to the McLean County Jail for processing on multiple charges. The investigation will be conducted by the Illinois State Police, and no further information will be released by the Clinton Police Department. The creation of battery storage ordinances in DeWitt County has been ongoing in the last few months. At Monday night's DeWitt County Land Use Committee meeting, Committee Chair Buck Carter indicated the ordinances previously created had been sent to the Zoning Board of Appeals and the Regional Planning Commission for review. He was displeased with the action taken by the ZBA to put the ordinances on hold.
Battery storage ordinance. I attended the ZBA meeting this month, and they put that on hold for further investigation. And what I found when I was at that meeting, and I think the same thing happened with the proposal on the wind ordinance, is that the ZBA hasn't been brought up to date with the amount of research and background work that land use and ZBA has done, and they're hit with this massive paperwork and say, here, go figure it out. You need, deal with this and send it to us. Well, obviously, and what we saw happen with wind energy. The board put it on hold last month. They have a different philosophy on what is required than what the board has and what we were trying to do. And it brings two questions to my mind. And basically, they did address four of the ordinance that had been added to that ordinance: the remedies, the variances, the hearing factors, the severity. They didn't address them all; they just eliminated them. And I think my question is, how do we want to address those? Do we want to refer back to them and then appear before them and give them an explanation to why they're there, or do we just want to take it, let the board deal with it? And I feel both ways about this.
Carter feels the ZBA is turning a blind eye to the development of battery storage and wind and solar development. Patrick Ryan agreed, noting these could be potential fire hazards if not properly regulated by the county.
That movement to the battery storage ordinance that they tabled. Quite frankly, right off the top of my head, the battery ordinance had, for A and B, which A was basically for low power, almost home use battery storage. The ZBA says there's no such thing as home battery. We got no business dealing with home battery storage. That it's not a big deal. It's not going to happen. Well, all you do is some research on the internet, and it's out there. And actually, battery storage for your home is cheaper than buying a generator. So it is going to happen. It is happening. I think we need to, as a committee and as a board, determine how we best want to handle the changes.
Well, the little home battery things, that's one thing. It's the endless trailers of batteries that catch fire. I mean, there's one out in San Francisco that burned for days. People had to be evacuated. It's a hazard that needs to be addressed through our ordinance. And I think our ordinance, included some language about being prepared to fight fire when it occurs. Yeah, we need this ordinance.
County Board Chair Joe Whitty believes sending the ordinances back and restarting the process is a step in the wrong direction.
Something is better than nothing in this case, and I think once you get your first battery storage application, we'll find some gaps that maybe need to be addressed. But to say that it's not going to be needed, that'd be great if you don't have to, but at some point you may get an application and we want to be prepared. I struggle with, being on land use and having some input, also chairing the RPC and having input, and I think it's good to have an independent body looking at this with a different set of eyes, and I know that they took some things out that were recommended from land use and RPC, and I respect that there's different ways to handle things. I don't want to necessarily send it back through the process because they've spoken, right? And they've given us their input. I think we either, I don't want to rewrite, I don't want us to take what they recommend and necessarily amend it to look exactly what came out of land use or RPC. I think we just got to look at it holistically and what makes sense, knowing that there's different ways that we can handle certain conditions.
Rather than restart the ordinance review process, members of the Land Use Committee decided they would attend next month's ZBA meeting to clear up any confusion that led to them putting the ordinances on hold. At the May County Board meeting, committee members may push for amendments to be passed, accepted, or try to have them amended after the fact. News time, 17 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Tuesday. Still to come this morning in news, a local entrepreneurship program comes up on a pivotal time in its curriculum. That story is still to come in news this morning. Just after 7:30 this morning, we'll take a look at local sports. High school baseball winners yesterday included Monticello, Normal Community, and Normal West. High school softball winners yesterday, Maroa-Forsyth and Argenta-Oreana. Those stories in sports later this morning. The Harlem Wizards are back in Clinton for a night of family fun this week. On the WHOW Morning Show Monday, Wendy DeMint, Director of Marketing and Finance with the Vault in Clinton, told Regional Radio they are looking forward to hosting the Harlem Wizards for the 4th time this Thursday at Clinton Junior High School.
We are ready. We are very excited. We've been planning this for several months. This will be our 4th time having the Wizards in town. Yeah, we are very excited. It is something, it's a family-friendly game. Even if you're not a big basketball fan, it is still fun to come out and watch. We are going to have a lot of community members playing in our game. We have a lot of teachers, principals. It's more than just a basketball game. It's more like a choreographed show. And there's a lot of audience participation too. So that's what makes it a lot of fun. Seeing, I think the kids really like seeing their teachers participate in it and their principals. So that's a hint of I'm going to introduce in the next couple of days who you're going to see in it. We'll also have a couple of raffles going on. We're going to have a 50-50 going on. And everybody knows Jenny Carter and her famous peanut butter squares. So we are going to raffle off a couple of those. So you want to come out and get into that. But it's a lot of tricks, hoops, alley-oops that just make it a lot of fun.
This year, the game is at Clinton Junior High School. DeMint indicates community members make up the team to compete against the Wizards, but it's more than just a basketball game.
And we're excited about that. I think it's going to be a great setup. I think there was a conflict with a ball game or something going on at the high school. So I think this setup's going to work great. This year, it'll be the 50-50 raffle, the peanut butter squares. There are concessions this year, but mostly the tickets. And we do have a lot of sponsorships, and those are going to be listed in our digital program. And I will have a post, I believe, I already posted last week thanking all of our sponsors, but there will be the digital program that lists all of those because that makes it possible for us to bring them to town without a huge cost to us. So we are thankful, but it's the tickets. So we need everybody to get out and get those tickets and come out and cheer on your team.
Tickets for Thursday's game are on sale now, and there are offerings from general seating to courtside seats, which include a player's meet and greet.
They are on sale now. If you go to our website, it's probably the easiest way. There's in the left-hand corner, there's a button that says Wizard Tickets. They are for 3 and unders free. Student tickets are $12. General admission is $15. Reserved, which is a little bit better of a seat, is $25, and courtside plus is $40, and that includes a meet and greet beforehand with the players. And there's only a limited amount of those, and there aren't many of those left. So if you want those, you probably should get those today. We will be going to Lincoln, Douglas, and CES to do assemblies to get the kids all excited about it. So players will be a part of that.
That's fun. Get your tickets for the Harlem Wizards game on April 17th by visiting thevaultclinton.org, and be sure to follow the Vault on Facebook and Instagram for more information on their latest happenings. 20 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Thursday. Again, coverage of news today streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin insurance agent in Clinton. News brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, and by Connexus, offering fiber internet in Clinton. Click their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com to find out more. The CEO program is built to allow students to learn and practice professional skills. On the WHOW Morning Show Monday, the students of the Central Illinois CEO program told Regional Radio about their experiences in the program this year. Cole Fentress, a Clinton High School student, explains the first task they had was to create badges. The project begins with zero startup money, so students have to seek out those dollars.
Working with everyone in our class, I think we work together very well, and putting our minds together, we can do about anything we need to do. So at the beginning of the year, we were tasked with finding a sponsor for our badges. So we had no money to put in originally. So we had sponsorship committees that worked for creating the badges, designing everything, and even ordering. And so we went to Camille at Remax, and she gave us $1,000 to help start up and design and get these badges.
A big part of the CEO program is putting together a class business. Leah Mills indicates it took lots of hard work to agree on ideas and execution.
So in the beginning, it was pretty tricky, all having to decide on one business, but we ended up going with a formal dinner with a silent auction and an art auction. Our event was January 25th at the Decatur Club. It was called Melodies and Masterpieces. And Sean Streety was our MC. We had a live pianist, Christopher Weisenborn. Our auctioneer was Mike Maskey from Logan County. It was a really great event, highly profitable for us, and taught us a lot about how to set up things and market. We learned so much throughout that whole process.
Peter Hackleman was looking for an alternative classroom experience when he joined the CEO program. He's enjoyed the different site visits they participate in to learn about local businesses.
I joined CEO kind of just for an alternative classroom experience, something different that, Maroa couldn't offer, and just kind of expand my horizons. Kind of like the last group spoke on, it's so different. We're at a different place every day. It keeps me awake. I'm not falling asleep at a desk every day. And it's, just a different experience. In the beginning of the year, I'd probably say like Brass Horn, George Streckfus, just his personality, the way he ran the store, his story, the family connection, everything that kind of went into that was really cool to see.
For Amia Tate, building relationships has been one of the most impactful parts of her experience, while Jackson Cole has taken an interest in the financial side of building a business.
I joined CEO kind of just for an alternative.
I think being able to build relationships before the program, if you talked to me, I wouldn't be right here. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to hide in my shell. But being able to build relationships, we've met so many people from the Crawfords to George Struffus, my mentor, Julie Hines, who owns Country Junction. We've met so many different people and building the relationship with them. And then I also follow them on LinkedIn and we talk on there. So keeping up with that.
So for me, so you have the business fronts of everything, but then seeing the behind the scenes, financials, the spreadsheets, and all the networking and marketing and everything that goes into running a successful business.
The Central Illinois CEO program has students from Blue Ridge, Clinton, Maroa-Forsyth, and Warrensburg-Latham high schools. Learn more about the Central Illinois CEO program by visiting centralillinoisceo.com. You can also follow them on Facebook and Instagram, and you can hear from all the students by finding the WHOW Morning Show on Facebook and YouTube. 24 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Tuesday. We've got plenty more to wrap things up with on the morning show.
Spring is in the air, so it's time to choose your new Silverado. This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton. We have a good selection of new Silverados with springtime savings and special finance rates. Choose from regular cabs, double cabs, or crew cabs in gas or diesel. We're also allowing extra money for your trade on all new Silverados this month. Silverado, together let's drive. See all our inventory at bombchevybuick.com right from the start.
News time.
Experience the power of better connection with Connexus Fiber Internet. Connexus delivers ultra-fast, reliable speeds to keep you connected at the speed of life. Whether you're working from home, streaming your favorite shows, or gaming with your friends, Connexus has you covered. Say goodbye to buffering and dropped calls and say hello to Fiber Fast Internet. Ready to upgrade your connection? Sign up today by clicking the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com. Nothing connects us like Connexus.
News time is 25 minutes after 7 on this Tuesday. I'm Seth Lawrence with the folks today for this expanded local newscast. The Illinois Farm Bureau actively engaged student of the month for April is Isabella Bunting from DeWitt Township High School in Livingston County. She's an FFA-er, 4-H'er, 3-sport athlete, co-president of the Spanish Club on the student council, and a member of the National Honor Society.
I have, in this whole reflection moment, has really made me realize how truly grateful and how much enjoyment that I've had throughout my years in high school, and how my schedule may be kind of full a few days every now and again, but it's doing the things that I love and the things that I wake up and realize that this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. So though the plate may be a little full at times, it's because I'm enjoying every second of it, and I'm just kind of trying to take it all in while I'm still here and while I'm still living in this era of my lifetime.
Bunting and her family were also featured in the Illinois Farm Families We Are 90, the 96 campaign, promoting the fact 96% of farms in Illinois are family owned. The USDA's latest fruit and tree nut outlook provides a glimpse of both projected strawberry and apple production this season and what that might mean for consumers. Rod Bain has this report. Get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com. Sports is next.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. There may be a whole lot of Doge-inspired hand-wringing going on these days in Foggy Bottom. The White House recommending a big cut in the State Department budget. Back to federal court today for the Kilmar Abrego Garcia case. The illegal alien mistakenly deported to El Salvador, allegedly an MS-13 gang member. He's now in a Salvadoran prison. And El Salvador's president says that's where he's going to stay. Former Republican Congressman Mike Rogers hoping Michiganders will send him back to Capitol Hill, this time to the U.S. Senate, running for Michigan's open U.S. Senate seat. The man charged in the arson attack on the Pennsylvania governor's residence will remain behind bars. Cody Balmer was denied bail in a brief court appearance yesterday. Dow futures down 165 points. The NASDAQ futures are off 50. More details, srnnews.com.
With SRN Sports, I'm George Williams. In Major League Baseball action last night, there were some lopsided scores, including the Pirates over the Nationals 10-3, the Padres over the Cubs 10-4, Giants beat the Phillies 10-4, and the Rays just thumped the Red Sox 16-1. Tigers had a 9-1 win over the Brewers. Yankees beat the Royals 4-1, Braves over the Blue Jays 8-4. And the Mets beat the Twins 5-1. Cardinals over the Astros 8-3. The Dodgers beat the Rockies 5-3. On the NHL ice, the Kings shut the Oilers out 5-0. It was the Canucks over the Sharks 2-1. Blackhawks defeated the Canadiens 4-3. Red Wings down the Stars 6-4. Rangers over the Panthers 5-3. and it was Utah defeating the Predators. The score there was 7-3. NHL getting ready to wrap up its regular season this week. This is SRN Sports. In NBA action, the playoffs begin tonight with 4 play-in games. It'll be 2 tonight, 2 tomorrow. Tonight's games are the Hawks versus the Magic. It'll be the Grizzlies against the Warriors. Then tomorrow, the Heat play the Bulls, and the Mavericks will be up against the Kings. The winners will begin their 7-game series against the top 2 seeds in their respective conferences against the Cavaliers and Celtics in the East, the Thunder and the Rockets in the West. Women's college basketball, Paige Beckers, fresh from leading her UConn Huskies to their 12th national championship, now the WNBA's #1 draft pick by the Dallas Wings. Some sad news from the world of NFL football. Former tight end Don Hasselbeck has died at age 70 from a heart attack. He was a Super Bowl champion with the LA Raiders during his 9-year journeyman career, father of 2 NFL quarterbacks, both Matt and Tim. Matt saying on social media, "We're proud he was the leader of our family." This is SRN Sports.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. Ike Young drove in 5 runs, leading Monticello to an easy 23-4 5-inning run rule win over Champaign St. Thomas More in Illini Prairie Conference High School baseball action Monday in Champaign. Young was 2 for 2 with 2 triples. Hayden Romano tripled and drove in 3 runs, while Eli Kraft, Eric Arnold, and Carter Foran each drove in 2. Kraft, Arnold, and Matthias Rudolph recorded doubles in the win. Brody Bilodeau, Dawson Gitros, and Romano combined on the mound for the win. The Sages are 11-3 overall and improved to 2-1 in the Illini Prairie Conference. They will travel to Mattoon on Tuesday. Luke Clunky struck out 9 across 5 innings of 1 hit ball, leading Normal Community to an easy 14-0 win over Champaign Centennial Monday in Big 12 Conference high school baseball action in Normal. Clunky went the full 5 innings as the Ironmen run-ruled the Chargers. Brady Burkhart was 2 for 3 with a double and 3 RBIs. Gavin Swartz finished 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs, and Lucas Beatty drove in 2 with a double. The Ironmen are 10-3 overall and moved to 7-3 in the Big 12. They visit Centennial on Wednesday. Normal West needed the 5-run lead to hold off Champaign Central 10-8 in Big 12 Conference high school baseball action from Normal Monday. Chase Newth went 4 for 4 with a double and 5 RBIs, helping the Wildcats build a 10-5 lead after 6 innings. The Maroons battled back with 3 runs in the top of the 7th inning, but a late rally fell short. Sean Jenkins was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs for the Wildcats, while Cooper Temples was 1 for 2 with the double and 2 walks and scored twice. Chase Reinhardt and Brady Hart drove in runs for Normal West in the win. Normal West improves to 11-5 overall and 5-2 in the Big 12. They will travel to Champaign on Wednesday for the 2nd game with Central. Maggie Ravenscraft drove in 4 runs and led Maroa-Forsyth over Decatur St. Teresa 8-1 in non-conference high school softball action on Monday in Forsyth. Ravenscraft hit 2 2-run doubles in the 3rd and 5th innings. J.C. Ravenscraft went 5 innings in circle, allowing a run on 8 hits with 3 strikeouts. Maroa-Forsyth is 8-2. They will host Pleasant Plains Tuesday in Sangamo Conference softball action. Sophia Wicklund hit 2 home runs and drove in 4, leading Argenta-Oreana over Blue Ridge 14-2 in Lincoln Prairie Conference high school softball action Monday in Argenta. Wicklund's 2-run home run in the bottom of the 1st inning answered 2 Lady Knights runs. She would add another 2-run home run in the 3rd inning. Wicklund finished 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Addison Maiden hit a 2-run homer as well for the Lady Bombers. Every batter drove in a run for Argenta-Oreana. Emmy Reynolds hit a double. Grace Manning and Piper Jones each hit triples. Lily Anger, Addison Rose, Ellie Hayward, and Ellie Schleeper had hits for Blue Ridge. The Lady Knights dropped to 3-7 overall and 0-3 in the Lincoln Prairie Conference. They will host Calvary Christian Academy on Wednesday. Argenta-Oreana improves to 5-7 overall and 3-0 in the Lincoln Prairie. They're at Hayworth on Tuesday. Irie Lorenz was excellent in circle and led Chatham Glenwood over Monticello 6-2 in non-conference high school softball action Monday in Chatham. Lorenz went the distance for the Lady Titans, allowing 2 runs on 4 hits with 7 strikeouts and 4 walks. Sadie Walsh was 3 for 4 with an RBI for Monticello. Thea Key drove in the other run for the Lady Sages. Allie Widener was 1 for 2 with a run scored. The Lady Sages dropped to 12-3 overall. They will host Clinton at home on Wednesday. Monticello will be the away team on the scoreboard for the game that was adjusted to Monticello due to construction on Clinton's softball diamond. Hear Wednesday's action on 95.9 FM WEZC and online at DeWittDailyNews.com. Nolan Arenado homered and Brendan Donovan was 4 for 4, helping Sonny Gray and the Cardinals beat the Astros 8-3 Monday night. Arenado doubled twice and scored 2 runs in the opener of a 3-game series. Donovan extended his hitting streak to 10 games. Gray pitched 7 scoreless innings. He allowed 3 hits, struck out 4, and walked 1. The Cardinals have won Gray's last 8 home starts dating back to last season. Astros left-hander Framber Valdez was tagged for 7 runs, 6 earned in 4+ innings. 5 of the 10 hits he allowed were doubles. Arenado hit a solo drive off Luis Contreras in the 8th. It was his 2nd of the season. The Cardinals broke it open with 3 runs in the 4th and 3 more in the 5th. Pedro Pajes hit a 2-run double to make it 3-0 in the 4th. Nolan Gorman's sac fly extended the lead to 7-0 in the 5th. Donovan scored twice and drove in a run. He's hitting an NL Best .391. Houston's Jeremy Pena had a 3-run homer off Monterey Munoz with 2 outs in the 9th. Arenado drove in the first run in the 5th. He fouled off 4 straight offerings on a 10-pitch at bat before ripping an RBI double to left. Gray set the tone when he retired Jose Altuve, Isaac Paredes, and Yordan Alvarez in order in the first inning. The only other Astros hit off Gray through 5 was catcher Yainer Diaz's infield single in the 2nd. Astros right-hander Hunter Brown starts tonight opposite Eric Fetty for the Cardinals. Fernando Tatis Jr. homered twice and scored the go-ahead run on a wild pitch as the Padres improved to 11-0 at home, beating the Cubs 10-4 Monday night in the opener of a 3-game series between the NL Division leaders. The Padres have the best record in the majors at 14-3. Tatis hit a solo homer with 2 outs in the 3rd, scoring the tie-breaking run on a wild pitch in a 3-run 7th and hit a 2-run shot in the 8th. He has 6 homers overall, tying 7 other players for the big league lead and 5 in his last 6 games. It was his 12th career multi-hit game. The Cubs took a 3-1 lead in the 4th. Michael Busch hit a 2-run homer off Dylan Cease after Justin Turner reached on a fielding error by Manny Machado. Nico Horner and Pete Crow Armstrong hit consecutive doubles with 1 out. Cubs left-hander Shota Imanaga faces Padres right-hander Randy Vasquez in tonight's matchup. Get sports anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
This is staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with your regional radio forecast. A frost advisory begins at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning and remains in effect until 8 a.m. tomorrow. High temperatures reach up to 57 today under mainly sunny skies, northwest winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, lows dip down to about 34. Hear weather twice an hour